Hi, sixth graders. Miss Kerner here. I'm here to help with your Thursday digital color lab. This is one of my favorite activities of this unit because I really like thinking about how colors can be expressed numerically so that computers can code for them. So it's in Schoology. It'll be an assignment like this that opens up in Google Docs. But before we get to that, I wanted to remind you of the video that you watched yesterday, that Instagram video. They talked about how each pixel, each little segment of a digital image gets a red, a green, and a blue color value. Let's watch just 30 seconds of that again to remind ourselves.
Now, how do you store those values of the pixels in a file? So what you do is you store red, green, and blue values in little triplets effectively with different values that each make up a single pixel. So the values range from 0 to 255. 0 would be very dark, 255 would be very bright. And triplets of these values together compose a single pixel.
All right, so opening up the lab, let's take a look. This color lab is 3 different pages long. The first one asks for your RGB prediction. So you're just going to make a guess as to what color you think is made with this combination of red intensity and green and blue. So if I were to think about pure red would be 100% red, 0% green, and 0% blue. There wouldn't be any green and blue present, it would just be all red. And you're looking at different combinations. So let's look at the second to last one together. 0% red, 100% green, 75% blue. I'm making a guess. It's okay to be wrong. I'm going to say teal because that's some combination of green and blue, a little bit more on the green side. And let's check it out. If you click here, so I typed teal right here, I typed my answer. And if I click on the answer key, that is a little bookmark that brings me to our answer. This shows what 0% red, 100% green, and 75% blue looks like. Makes this nice shade here. And after looking at it, I might call that like seafoam. So let's call that seafoam green. I'm going to click here to return to the table. It's another bookmark. This just bounces you back up to the top so you don't have to scroll so much. And I would type what I think it's called after seeing it in this column. Some of them are very obvious. Some of them it's however you want to describe the color. Don't stress too much about it. All right, and then this last one asks you to make it. So you'll tell your own red, green, and blue percentage, and you can look at this tool here. This is a little simulator that shows the ability to turn on a red, a green, and blue light. So when all 3 of them are off, we're at 0%. We get black, right? There's no color here. If I turn on my red light to 100%, my green light to 100%, my blue light to 100%, all together they make white. White is a combination of all of the colors. So together they make white, but you're giving me some percentage that you like and making some shade. So in your color lab, you'll type out your own and then name it for me. Going down to the second page, this asks for a little bit of math, but not too much. You're thinking about how each color can be expressed as a binary number. So every color has a red, a green, and a blue value, and that's expressed as a decimal number. But as you learned last week, decimal numbers can be converted into zeros and ones for the computer to understand. So you might need to pull out your place value charts and some scrap paper, but you're taking these decimal numbers and converting them into binary. I'll give you a hint, a lot of the numbers repeat, so there's not too many new ones that you'll have to convert. And some are easy, like 255 is the biggest number that I can express with 8 bits. So that's 8 ones in a row. 0 is 8 zeros. Remember, they're 8 digits, 8 bits long, because we have to standardize the length for the computer to know when one value ends and the next value begins. So they're all expressed in 8-bit sequences. Because of that, 255 is the biggest number that we can make. And this far column over here is for the percentage of 255 that each decimal number is. So 255 would be 100%. And then 165, that is a little bit trickier. The formula is up here for you. So the decimal RGB value for orange has 100%, of red, 255, 64.7% of green, 165, and 0% blue, 0. So after you fill in these two columns, you're going down to your very last page. This asks for your favorite color. If you don't have a favorite, pick any random color for us. You're doing something. And I'll ask you not to choose one that's already here. So choose a new one. These are like the basic colors. And down here, you'll write the name of your favorite color. You'll write the decimal RGB value and the binary code. Visiting these two links will help you pick your color, and it gives you the decimal numbers. So, especially this first one here, that's like a grid where you can click on the color you want. It will give you the RGB value, but as the decimal number. So, you'll have to convert it to the percentage, or calculate the percentage rather, just like you did up here. You'll have to convert it to a binary number using your place values. And the hex number is provided for you on these links. That's what digital artists use because it's shorter. Hexadecimal is a base 16 system, so you can get to higher numbers with fewer place values. So it takes that 24-bit sequence and makes it just 6 digits long. So that's where the hex number comes from. If you ever do any of your own coding, or maybe make your own website and you want to pick the color for it, you'll use hexadecimal to refer to the name of each color to put into your code. All right, so that's it. Once you do those 3 pages, you're going to submit it on Schoology for us to look at. And that's all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.